Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be your weekly twin flame reading. Now I do apologize guys, I'm a little bit behind. This should have been a reading for the 7th of October through the 14th, and I am publishing this on the 9th. So I do apologize, I've had a lot going on lately. But basically, you guys, this week, we're going to see powerful spiritual breakthroughs, especially in our twin flame journeys. Before I get into my introduction, I'm just going to remind you guys to please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then you can check out the description box for private readings, the decks that I'm using, all the information you might need. Also, if you guys aren't interested in an overview of the energies that are happening this week, you guys can go ahead and skip to the tarot reading. That will be timestamped in the description box down below. All right, so this week is powerful because we have Pluto going direct. And we're getting this increasing forward momentum in power, sexuality, and the unconscious. Pluto rules the sacral chakra, so we've been focusing a lot on the solar plexus chakra with Aries energy, Mars retrograding in Aries, but Pluto rules the sacral chakra, and so its movements strongly impact sexuality, intimacy, and romance. So this is actually a really good thing this week, you guys. Pluto is the most remote planet from the Earth, so its movements are relatively slow, okay, relatively slow for us. But we're moving into this period where things seem to flow a lot more smoothly in our lives, and we're releasing the lesson learning, okay, that sort of karma, that energy of Saturn, that strictness. Towards the end of the week, Mercury has moved past Juno, which is the asteroid of marriage, and this is happening in Scorpio. So that means you have a different and higher perspective on love and unity now. Okay, so many of you guys, we've already shifted into a higher understanding of togetherness. And the traditional human perception of marriage as a necessity or a goal in and of itself is changing and has become much less of a need. And that was something that we really focused on last week, taking a look at, why we want to be in union. Is it something we feel we need, okay? Or is it because we're really making an invitation here? So you guys are feeling more open and relaxed about love. We have this sense of knowing that it's about choosing each other, inviting someone to have a relationship with you, not because of this necessity. Many of us are less worried about our 3D counterpart if they're not at the same level as we are, or for example, if we're dealing with somebody who isn't woke. All right, but we're feeling love from their soul, and we're trusting this love that we're feeling, and it's healing us on a really deep inner level. So there's this beautiful energy of surrender surrounding this week. A lot of us, we're not doubting love the same way anymore. We're much more solid and whole within, and knowing that there's this infinite supply of love, and it's something that you're not really worrying about losing anymore, and you definitely realize that you don't have to chase it. This is a theme that came out in a lot of my October, especially the October singles love reading, so I want you to check that out. Real energy of the Empress. Like, the Empress attracts, she doesn't chase. But what I'm talking about here is that, like, love is ours. We are love, and it's not something that, that we have to be worried about losing. And this is beautiful energy because this is us coming into alignment, meaning we're attracting love, not chasing it. Okay, so if this sounds kind of foreign to you, it means that there's still some work to do, and it's that inner work. There's a new shift in perception on love and self due to a trine between Mercury, Venus, and Uranus, which is retrograde. So you're becoming more forgiving of yourself. You're showing gratitude for your uniqueness, and your identity as a lover and as a romantic partner is changing. This calls love in like a magnet. So for those of you who are in separation, really taking a look at, doing this inner work, looking at your identity as a lover and as a romantic partner, being more whole within yourself is really drawing love towards you. And so we're seeing in effect, you know, the adage, as within, so without. So Lilith conjunct Uranus retrograde trine Venus is also happening this week, and it helps us become aware that it's not about having love, but that you are love, okay? Who you are goes beyond, you know, what you could write down on paper: man, woman, black, white, teacher, student, you know, all of the things that we would sort of traditionally use to describe ourselves or set ourselves apart. And we're coming into this realization like at a soul level, and we're opening ourselves up to a higher love. So by transcending the woman-man drama of human history, we're activating unity. We're being challenged that there must be more than the standard traditional man plus woman. They meet, they get married, they have a family, and then this repeats. We're being guided into this higher perspective, and we're coming into this understanding that we are all light beings, and so is your twin flame, you know, that we're all source energy, that we are all love, okay? We also have Jupiter sextile Neptune, and this is in effect for a while, and this is really cool because it's creating this sort of heightened spirituality with the collective. So this spiritual atmosphere that's going to sort of pervade our lives. So we should expect to feel more guided and more supported by the universe, you know, finally. We may be having some beautiful dreams. Sudden ideas and inspiration are coming to us. We have a sense of deep peace that's permeating us this week, and just we're really relaxing because we're surrendering to this journey. You might feel closer to your twin even if they're not physically with you, even if you guys are in separation. You're open to this because, you know, your vibration is increasing, your frequency is higher, and we should expect, and we may see miracles happen this week. All right. Again, in the backdrop, we are still dealing with Aries or masculine twins that are still being affected by Mars in retrograde. And a square to Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter shows that they're hitting on challenges in the physical world. Okay, so your masculine twin, there are things that he needs to change in his physical life. Okay, so the feminine still needs to be holding space for the masculine. Okay. Something isn't working for the masculine twin, and during this period, he's being shown this, and so he's being shown that he has the power to change it and move forward. And that goes for some of you who have a twin who is in a karmic connection, okay? Or maybe, you know, it might not have to do with a karmic connection, but that he actually has the power to move away and change his life. So again, the feminine needs to hold space for the masculine at this time. And again, this is definitely applying to Aries natives or the Aries dominant twin or the masculine twin. So lessons are still being tied up for the masculine or the Aries twin, especially in love and relationships. And so they'll be available to love and not entangled with anything from the past. And this is a process. This isn't something that happens overnight. The universe promises that the masculine twin is always going to be guided back to his counterpart. All right. And, you know, if he's missing the point, you know, the universe is really trying to drive home that no matter what, the masculine twin will always come back to his counterpart. So it's, you know, it's an interesting time, but it's also beautiful energy that's pervading this week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that my twins need to hear out there. All right, I'm going to draw oracle cards, and then I'm going to clarify with the tarot and get some extra messages for you guys. Messages, please, for the collective. Twin flame journey. Messages for this week, please. All right, so I'm going to read the energy on the left as your energy, dissolution. The energy in between you guys, we have cycles. And your twin, wanting. Oh, okay, you guys. So it's interesting because there's no color in these cards, and we get ascension. Look at that. Does that not echo what I just read to you about the energies this week? Many of you guys, your vibration, your frequency is increasing to a higher level, and you guys are on the ascension journey. Okay, now this is funny because I was reading the masculine on the right hand side, and we have a very clearly masculine energy coming out. We have the divine feminine and we have the divine masculine. All right, so what's in between you guys? It's really important that you recognize where you guys are in the cycle of love and life. It's important to understand that the masculine is going through this intense transformation. But what's interesting here is we have the divine feminine energy and this energy of dissolution. I feel like things are definitely becoming clearer. I feel like the feminine is dissolving this energy of needing love or needing to be with the masculine or needing to do the work so that the masculine, can come to her quicker. What I'm really picking up on here is this is that dissolution of all of these falsities, of all of these illusions. And, she's opening up to the idea, that things aren't how they've always seemed to be. And again, breaking down that cycle, man meets woman, get married, have children, repeat. And the feminine here is understanding that stepping into the flow, is the best and the most powerful work that she can do. And working on herself is what's going to, she's also working on, the masculine soul, because there's a shared soul here. Okay. And I also feel like, there's this dissolution of, these imagined, what we think, what the divine feminine thinks is going to happen, because there is a real chance here of miracles this week. And I feel like there's something coming in that the feminine, as a realization or happening, or maybe even communication from the masculine, because the masculine here is wanting his feminine. Okay, divine masculine wants to be with divine feminine. She's holding space for him, but I think he's starting to sort of pivot and change his focus. And a lot of it could be that, we're also seeing with Pluto going direct, this energy with the sacral chakra. So this need to balance, the need to come together. Okay, the need for union, the need for sexual union as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some additional messages here. But I really like this because we have the divine masculine really wanting. I feel like the divine masculine really wants to be in union. Okay, but there might be an understanding that there are certain steps that need to be taken. There are certain things that need to happen, okay, before this actually happens in the 3D. Okay, so let's get some additional messages, please, about the feminine. Okay, so we've got Queen of Wands energy. Look at that. Wow. Wow. The feminine is really, really attracting. She's confident. She's magnetic. All right, there's that Aries energy. And I think the masculine is starting to pick up on that. All right, we've got the Two of Wands. Look at this fire over here. Sacral chakra heating up, you guys. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so you guys, what I'm seeing over here with this dissolution, with the divine feminine, first of all, we have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Confident, magnetic, sharp, and assertive. We really see the divine feminine stepping up And the reason why the divine feminine is stepping up, it's because the masculine is going through this massive transformation here. Okay. And, you know, she's powerful, but also in stepping up the divine feminine, in doing so, the masculine is even more attracted to her than ever. Okay. Now, the Two of Swords energy, you know, there still might be a little bit of confusion because we're seeing these roles being reversed. I was going to say reserved. How's that for reversed? We're seeing the roles being reversed here. Okay, where the divine feminine is really stepping up to the plate so that the divine masculine is safe and can go through this transformation. So there is a little bit of a stalemate here because it's an adjustment for both energies here, you know. And the divine feminine, you know, is also maybe rethinking, you know, like the divine feminine is taking care of business. The divine feminine is in this energy, this Venus and Virgo energy, also not so focused on the divine masculine, not needing to fix or to, you know, to do what they can to, you know, to help the divine masculine along the way. It's almost like the divine feminine has pulled back and is stepping into her power, being sharp and assertive, being clear, being in alignment. And this is really, her confidence is growing. She's feeling really good in her independence, and she might have really taken her focus away from the masculine. Okay, which is very different, because normally this energy, you know, and I feel like in recent times the feminine has been, you know, working overtime to bring themselves into union. Okay. So again, make sure you take gender out of it. We all have masculine and feminine energies, but this is the energy that you identify with. So the divine feminine is like badass, you know, kicking ass, taking names, standing up for herself, it's like this total lioness energy here, and allowing, you know, the divine masculine to go through this rebirth, detox, purge, and transformation. But I feel like the divine feminine with this dissolution energy is a little bit, has this indecisive energy, because she's realizing that she's okay on her own. All right, so let's take a look and see what's going on with the masculine. Okay, so we have the Devil. Okay, obsession. Ooh. We have the Four of Wands, foundation and commitments. Okay. Seven of Cups, fantasy and temptation. Wow. Okay. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, destined opportunities. Okay, so there were a few different messages that came through with the divine masculine. First of all, and again, remember this Mercury in retrograde is affecting the Aries twin and particularly the masculine twins. But with this obsession and this wanting, you know, I'm also getting that, you know, with the divine feminine, sort of, I feel like pulling away, focusing on her, really being in this place of alignment and empowerment and independence. Whether the divine masculine recognizes this or not, this is what's creating this feeling of needing the divine feminine. Okay, and it's bordering on obsession. We get fantasy and temptation. The Devil card is also another card of temptation, and we get wanting. Now, some of you may be in separation because the masculine was fantasizing about somebody else or about a different type of life, or, you know, or was just obsessing over also the divine masculine's role. And for men in particular, how their role is so entangled and intertwined with being the supporter, with supporting the family, with having to, you know, be in that yang energy and make the moves, make the decisions, move towards the divine feminine. You know, the feminine energy is about flow and is about receiving, whereas the masculine energy is about giving. And this is being, you know, we're receiving this upgrade, this change, this transformation to these ideas and to these roles. And, you know, I think the divine masculine is trying to find their footing, because we see the feminine stepping up, being confident, magnetic, sharp, and assertive, and taking care of business. And the divine masculine is still struggling with these old paradigms. Now, what's beautiful is the Four of Wands is about an offering. It's about a commitment. It's about a contract. I do feel like the masculine is really starting to obsess over the feminine in her absence. Okay. But what's beautiful here is we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So again, you know, it is destiny that these two energies will come together. But I am really picking up that, you know, with this, the Devil energy, this is a transformation. This is moving away from toxic cycles. This is about moving away. Maybe the masculine is in a karmic situation that they need to break. And I really do feel like they will break it because they're feeling the energy of the feminine stepping up to the plate. But this obsession energy with the Devil energy is also understanding that perspectives are shifting. And again, these need that, like this role that the human collective history of man meets woman, has baby, gets married, has baby, repeat. They're starting to understand that they want something more. Okay. And that's what's sort of kicking all of this off. Okay. So interesting energy, because I see that, you know, again, the masculine here is really struggling with getting a foothold here. Really struggling with, you know, what is fantasy, what is real, okay, what it is they really want. And then again, going back to, is it something that we need? Because I feel like the feminine energy is already understanding and is holding space that we are all love, that we are all source energy. And so that in doing that inner work and having that alignment, that love is attracted, you know, that you attract love that way. Whereas the masculine is still working through that. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what's coming through in between, you guys, about these cycles. Okay. We get the Lovers. You know, it wanted to come out in reverse, you guys. So this separation here. Twin flame connection, Ace of Cups, love initiation. Okay, so you guys, this is beautiful, because this is really telling me, you know, that romance that we're experiencing, that you guys will be having a new beginning. Now, new beginning, it could either be the first time in this lifetime, but you have spent many lifetimes together before. Okay. Or you guys have been in separation, and it may be because the masculine went off with, you know, the grass is greener. Okay. And I feel like the divine feminine has just been working on her own, may not be sure about whether or not she wants the masculine back into her life, because there was a lot of pain and a lot of heartbreak, and she had to really step up after that. Okay. So if there's been, you know, separation between you guys, you know, and again, the Seven of Cups energy with the Devil is like there was this confusion, lots of options. The divine masculine, if you guys were together in this lifetime, you know, the divine masculine wasn't sure, you know, what it was he wanted, and may have just sort of gone after his carnal pleasures and carnal desires. Okay. But if you guys are looking for reconciliation, you know, the Lovers with the Ace of Cups is telling me that it's imminent, that it's also probably very close. Okay, but we do need to see what's going on with the masculine energy first. Five of Pentacles, isolated and alone. So I do feel like this is the energy the masculine is feeling at this time. Okay, and the Seven of Swords, deception and strategy. Ooh, yeah. So again, you guys, it looks like there was a bit of if it was in this lifetime, that there may have been a lot of deception here, that the masculine had, you know, the masculine left. The masculine left, maybe left a home. We have the Four of Wands, which is my twin flame card, the Lover's card. You know, may have left a home. If you guys shared a home together to be with somebody else or to play out his own fantasies. And there's a sense of real deep regret here. But for some of you, your masculine is definitely in a karmic connection, and they may have a home and may have a family, but they know that you are out there. They know that, and they're obsessing over it. They're obsessing over it, and they're really, really contemplating how they can come together with you, whether they know you or not, but they know that something needs to change. Okay, so I get that the masculine is, you know, has either deceived you in the past, okay, which made the feminine feel very isolated and alone. Or the divine masculine is feeling very isolated and alone and is really thinking about how he can get out of this karmic situation to be with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what additional messages come through here. All right, so we get wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So I'm getting here that either you guys were married, okay, or again, your masculine, the divine masculine counterpart, that might be you, might be in a karmic connection where there is, you know, marriage and children. Okay. All right, we get Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. So the hesitation we're picking up here on the divine feminine, because again, the divine feminine might realize that her masculine twin is in a karmic connection, and there's her sort of hesitation, even though that this attraction and this pull is undeniable. Okay, again, with these cycles, understanding where you are in the cycle of life and in love and on this journey. For those of you who don't know your twin, have faith. This is coming. The Lovers with the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning. Okay, and we feel that. And remember, this week we have miracles happening. You know, we should be expecting miracles. Karmic relationship. What did I tell you? Most of you guys are dealing with a masculine who is in a karmic situation. Okay, letting go and loving you. I'm picking up this devil energy, this obsession, is this intense attraction. Whether you guys know each other or not, they're really in this place of letting go of the life that they've built for themselves that doesn't resonate. Okay, and that's why there's this confusion with the Seven of Cups, but Spirit comes in to talk about the Wheel of Fortune and destiny. All right, that this is destined. Twin flame connections, you know, they're all about destiny. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So for those of you who have been in union with this person and they may have left you, and gotten married to somebody else. You know, that this is that Two of Swords energy, this idea of really pulling back. The divine feminine has done so much work to get to where she is. But there may be a need to sort of release this outdated thinking. You might be holding resentment towards the masculine. Okay. Don't, you know, project the past onto this new situation. I mean, you have to release the past if you expect or want to have a new beginning with this person. If you don't know this person, it's about releasing the past. Queen of Swords energy. She's somebody who's been through a lot, but she's not anchored in her shadow. Okay, she's not bitter because of her experiences. She's stronger because of them. The Golden Mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So I feel like this is, you know, this coming on the divine masculine side is interesting, because I think that, you know, if there was a union between you two, you know, this is, I feel like the divine feminine is like, you know, the masculine left to play out his own fantasies. You know, because he's self-absorbed, because he's a narcissist. It was one-sided. The divine feminine was giving everything, and he's still left to play out his fantasies. He's still left to fulfill, you know, to assuage or to fulfill his temptations. And I feel like that's something that needs to be released if you guys are going to come back into union. Now, for others of you, this golden mirror, this is the karmic relationship. The way the divine masculine is going to be viewed as self-absorbed, as a narcissist. And I feel like because the divine masculine, and for men in general, have this obedience, have this it's part of what they believe they need to do is to be the provider. That's part of like the difficulty that they're having, releasing this karmic relationship, of making the changes that they need to make, because they don't want to be seen as a narcissist. They don't want to put themselves first. You know, and again, they may be with somebody who really, you know, who really helped them. I'm getting like, you know, that their partner, you know, helped them get through school, or, you know what I mean? Like their partner has quit their job to take care of the kids. So there's some sort of sense of obligation, to their karmic partner that's making this even more difficult. Okay. And again, the divine feminine sitting in her power, it's not about, you know, because this transcends being a home wrecker for some of you guys. But, and what I mean by that is that some of your divine masculine twins are in karmic relationships, and you're so strong. You're stepping up to the plate, feminine. You're so confident and assertive, but that you're understanding that you hold space for this person. So it's not about you coming in and changing or doing anything, but the masculine can feel this need to shift his energy, the need to get out. Okay, because as the feminine is ascending, the masculine is going to feel that energy, you know, is going to be affected by that as well. Okay, so we get, I'm a better person because of you. That's exactly what I was just saying. The masculine may not be able to identify why he wants to make these really important changes and shifts, but it's because the feminine is doing the inner work. Okay, so the way you doing your soul work affects the masculine as well in a positive way. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. Boom. There we go. Some of you guys have had a relationship with this person in this lifetime, and they left you because of fantasy and temptation. They may have even left you and gotten married to somebody else, maybe even had a family with them, and they're realizing, uh-oh, I really messed up here. Okay. All right, we also get, I'm a much better headspace now. I'm going to repeat that. I couldn't say that. I'm in a much better headspace now. This is divine feminine. Divine feminine has really worked through the hardships and the pain that she experienced, either being in separation, you know, being left for a karmic situation. Divine feminine is standing in her power. I just wasn't ready for you, divine masculine. Okay, sorry you guys. My camera cut out, the video stopped recording, and I kept talking and talking, so I'm just going to show you guys the other messages that came out. So the next one was, I just wasn't ready for you. So this is definitely the divine masculine. That's why the grass, you know, he wanted to go find out if the grass was greener on the other side, really regretting it, recognizing now that the divine feminine, the power that the divine feminine has, and, you know, where she is on her journey, and understanding that, you know, at the time, he just wasn't ready. He didn't know what he knows now. Now, the last card that I pulled out from the Twin Flame Journey Messages Oracle is it possible to forgive and forget? So this is a powerful, powerful plea from the divine masculine. It's also just really, really confirming here that there is a possibility of a brand new beginning. And we were told to expect miracles with this energy, with this sort of, you know, with all of this, everything that's going on right now, that there's a very good chance here that you guys will be reunited. Now, again, I'm just keep stressing it could be with this person in this lifetime if you've had a relationship with them. And it's a very clear story that's coming here that you were together and then that, you know, there was either a third party situation or the divine masculine freaked out, wanted to know if the grass was greener on the other side, went off, got married, maybe even started a family, and they're now sort of regretting that and realizing the power of your connection. Now, I went on and pulled some additional oracle cards from the Love and Lust Oracle. And the first one that came out is you've got that housewife material vibe. You get down and dirty when it comes to love. You're a classy lover with a secret naughty side. So this is how the divine masculine I'm seeing is seeing you and your energy. You know, they're seeing, I feel like the part of this wanting energy as well, and this regret, is that they really wished that you were the one that they could spend their life with, that you were their life partner, that you were the one that they married. Okay, and that's beautiful. But I do also think because we've got the divine feminine here with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords energy being so strong and so aligned, it's going to be a real shock to the divine masculine, because it's like you are, and no knock on housewives at all by any means, but you're like, you know what, but I'm more than this. Okay, I'm more than that. I'm so much more than that. And I feel like divine feminine has been so forced, you know, to get rid of outdated thinking, conditioning, you know, replaying events and sticking to, you know, traditional roles. Okay, and so the divine masculine is also going to get a little bit of a wake-up call, you know, when he comes back for, you know, to see, you know, will you forgive? Can you forgive and forget me? That you're not going to be the same person, okay? But it does tell me how much they are wishing that you were their life partner, that you were the woman or the person. Doesn't have to be woman, remember, the feminine energy that they come home to. Now, the next card I pulled was they were the danger spirit warned you about, a toxic love affair, addicted to a bad romance that never ends well. It's a beautiful disaster, both dangerously in love, the perfect chaos, love story. Now both of you are stuck. So again, for some of you guys, you know, that Two of Swords energy is really you asking yourself, is this something, you know, that you want to go through again? You know, is this something that, yeah, like that's, you know, divine feminine is of two minds, because divine feminine is in a beautiful space. And dissolution, you know, dissolution of previous dreams, of roles. You know, again, I think the divine feminine holding space for the masculine is also going to realize that the feminine has been through a powerful transformation, okay? And so she's like, you know, I've already been through something quite toxic with you. Again, this lifetime, or it could be in a previous. And, you know, not so sure that she's willing to... you know, willing to do that, you know, and again, because I think there's this fear of of the masculine leaving again, okay? So, final messages for you guys. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Yeah, so without a doubt, you know, this is an extremely powerful love connection. And this is, you know, what I was talking about in the introduction, that going past, you know, who we are on paper, male, female, you know, doctor, teacher, you know, whatever. Looking past that, you know, we're much more complex beings, but also recognizing that we're all sort of beings of light, that we come from the same place. You're going to see that you guys are love. Now, I do apologize about the background noise, you guys. Sacred union, honor the treasure your relationship for it is truly sacred. So yeah, this is a sacred union. And again, some of you guys are definitely coming back into union with this Lovers and this Ace of Cups energy. Okay, is it possible to forgive and forget? So again, you guys, this is something that I feel like this energy, this person is coming back into your life, or you're getting messages, you're starting to feel it, because we get sacred union and we get sexual union. And remember, Pluto going direct is all about the sacral chakra. Okay, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Absolutely beautiful. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this provided you guidance and clarity for this week. And my apologies, this came out a little bit later than predicted. But don't forget to please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Take care.